Alright, this is gonna be part two of what I want to see in NX, but technically not. I'm not gonna be talking about NX, but more of the Wii U. My basically perspective 2 years later. So for people who don't know, I bought the Wii U when it had a price drop and had a new SKU at November 2013. It first came out in November 2012. So I bought it a year later. I've been playing it, and I can tell you I'm enjoying it. So so of course, so I have a Wii U, played it, it's fun. So I want to give the whole thoughts and experience from beginning to end what I think about the Wii U. First of all, in general, since I have a Wii U, is it a good system? Yes, it is a good Nintendo system if you want to just play Nintendo games. So it is sort of a a console that's only meant for complementing your main console, unfortunately. Whether that's a PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, or Xbox One. And why is that? Because there's no third-party support. How did that happen? You gotta go all the way back of Nintendo's history with the relationship with third-party companies. And Review Tech USA said this, Miles923, even Alex from Backlog Battle. They know, they either experienced it or they knew someone. And that, yes, Nintendo was known for basically not having, to some extent, good relationship with third-party companies. I'm not really going to go detail in that. You can probably find it on Google. I mean, there's a lot of problems and anomaly of why that happened. But I'm here basically to talk about what I knew, how I knew about the Wii U, what did I learn about the Wii U, and is it still good to buy it right now? So with that, let's get started. First of all, E3 2011, I was watching Nintendo's conference, and then they showed us finally the new console. They call it Nintendo Wii U. I think it was Project Cafe at one point. That was the project code name. Cafe, I guess, because of the tablet. So when they showed the Wii U, the first thing they focused on was the Nintendo controller. So the first thing I thought, and I'm a Nintendo fan, I follow Nintendo and I'm into gaming. And when I saw the presentation, so is it a add-on for the Wii? So do I hook up this Wii U gamepad for my Wii? You put your games on the gamepad, and now your Wii becomes a Wii HD. So that's what first I thought, until later on when they showed the whole package. Oh, it's a console of its own. So, okay, I kind of get it now. It's a new console. It's a higher-end Wii, I guess, at the time. So it was their new console. It's an HD console, 1080p. Finally. So, it can finally compete with the PS3 and 360. And it was also a good move for them to basically went first. But there was something wrong down the line, and I'll explain that later. So the good thing about the Wii U was that, according to a lot of tech developer and expert, it is more powerful than the PS3 and 360. So again, could be subjective, but from what I heard, that's what they said. The majority of people did say it's more powerful. But of course, you compare that to the PS4 and Xbox One, that's a lot of different story. And I did explain it in my previous video, that they have to be par with or leading against their competitors, or nobody's going to make games for them. And that's why there's no third-party support. So, finally I understand the Wii U, so it's a new console. And here's the hint, is when a gamer who's following Nintendo, kind of confused with the Wii U was at first at the presentation, there's something wrong there. And then even so when I saw the Wii U, am I going to get it? Well, for me, my policy really is whether it's a cool system or not. I never really get a console until 6 months to a year later. That's just me, because I don't want to be an early adopter. But there are some who will. And the story is that Alex and Anthony were talking about it, and they were asking fans, would you buy a Wii U at launch? And the majority of people who answered, including myself, we said, no, I won't. A lot of people said no. So when you're a Nintendo fan, and those are your audience, your consumer, and they say no at launch, then there's something wrong with the console. So there was something wrong there. But I said, maybe they'll do something because they all have games. Well, at launch, they did have some good third-party games and Nintendo games. Well, not so much with Nintendo games, unfortunately, but they did have Nintendo games. They had, Nintendo Land and New Super Mario U. So, and I think they were barely starting doing their add-on. So, and then what basically helped was third-party game. Finally, you got Batman, Arkham Knight 2, Armored Edition, Mass Effect 3, Darksider 2. Yes, those are games already been out before, but if your console's only a Wii U and you had a Wii before, then yeah, it is for you. But yes, nobody, like, if you have a PS3 or 360, you're not gonna double dip and buy it. That's suicidal, especially when it doesn't have a lot of features. Because unfortunately, later on, some of the games that ported to the Wii U were inferior. So unless that's your only console, if you have multiple console, yeah, you're not gonna buy it there. So when I saw that, I'm like, oh no, this is not good. Another one was that I thought it was like, oh man, this is kind of worrisome. Was when the Wii U on Black Friday didn't even sell, that people were still buying more 360 and PS3. There was something wrong there. And you think, well, what's wrong? Maybe it's cheaper. That's true. But the Wii U is a new console, and nobody's buying it. Normally, if something's newer, the latest console or item, you kind of focus on it more than something that's already been there for a long time. It wasn't the case. So again, there is something wrong there when people are buying PS3 and 360 than the Wii U. That's not good. But I think the problem also was, when I heard about this, is the price. The price was basically what killed it. Even though maybe it's a new system, unfortunately the technology, like I said, it is just par to the PS3 and 360. So why pay a $350 console to get a Nintendo game, to play Nintendo games HD, that doesn't play Blu-ray, doesn't have multimedia to some extent, versus your competition. PS3 can play Blu-ray, Xbox 360 have apps, you can play HD DVD. I know they're dead, but you get the point, for a lower price. And you say, well, again, we use new. Again, that's true, but if people don't care about it just because it's new, there's something wrong there. So one of the predictions I said was for 2013 was that the Wii U is going to have a price drop, because for $300 for a basic SKU, that's not going to work. Especially its deluxe SKU for $350. I mean, even so you get more stuff, that's not going to work. It's definitely not going to work. I know I can predict even before E3 2013. I'm saying this thing going to have a price drop. They'll price drop this sucker because, again, it's not sellable at that price. They got to make some money, but it's not sellable at that price. So, of course, when E3 comes, 2013, PS3 was $400. People were so happy. And even Michael Pachter said it. For $50 more, you get more of your money, more multimedia. PS4 games, that's beyond 1080p to some extent. You can play Blu-ray, go to the internet, play some app. So, yeah, if you invested $50 more, there you go. So, of course, my prediction was right. By August 2013, the Wii U did have a price drop. And unfortunately, for consumer, that's a good thing. And unfortunately, according to Iwata, the late Iwata, God bless him, in the end of fiscal year 2014, he did say that they lost a lot of money because of one reason is the slow sale, but it's also because the markdown of the Wii U. They weren't really supposed to mark down the Wii U, but they had to. They had no choice. As a result, for every time they sell a Wii U, they lost money, because that's how basically how console working in the business. You get your money from your software, like what Alpha Mason said. Unfortunately, if you don't have any games, that's not a good thing. And that's also another mistake what Nintendo did. And when I said, oh my gosh, this is not good, is the lack of, well, Nintendo published game. There was a Nintendo game from November. There was nothing for December. February there was Lego City Cover. I can't remember the game or the name. It was a Nintendo published Lego game by Telltales, exclusive for the Wii U. That was it, and after that, there was no Nintendo games. And like what happened, because unfortunately Nintendo and a lot of its employees were stuck in the past, they just, unfortunately, like just now, 2013, they realized, oh, HD game was hard. And that was one of their downfalls. That's why the lack of games is that they didn't know that developing game in HD was actually hard. Because they do have this weird method how they do. They do the console first. Once it's perfected, then they go to their software rather than doing it simultaneously, unlike PS3 or PlayStation and Xbox. So that basically that was one of the biggest mistakes they did. Couldn't get any games until like late August 2013 when finally games are coming out. And then from there, they're popping out a bit of Nintendo games. Unfortunately, they're expensive for what it is. And they don't do the Nintendo Select. That's an unfortunate part for me because, again, you want people to buy a game, but you gotta pay them full price. I think that's crazy. So, I mean, all that history, I'm like, all that what's happening, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not good. Like, wow. Yeah, it is. You kind of feel like when you're buying a Nintendo Wii U, is you're buying it so you can play those Nintendo games that complements your other console. I'm sorry to say. So hopefully the NX doesn't do that. Of course, as of right now, is the Wii U is Wii U getting better? Sort of, to some extent, thanks to Amiibo. So much, but not so much about it because not a lot of people use Amiibo. I do, but not a lot of people do. Games are coming out. Yeah, there were some delayed games such as The Legend of Zelda Wii U and Star Fox Zero. But of course, there are some games that are coming out for the Wii U. Like the one at March is going to be The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD, and then Star Fox Zero on April. I have no idea. I mean, like they're actually releasing one Wii U game per month, which is that's the deal and that's the trick. One Nintendo game per month. So starting with February. You got, February? No, unfortunately March. Sorry. I do apologize for that. March, you got the Twilight Princess HD. April, you got Star Fox Zero. And then some other game. And then I'm going to guess on November, it's going to be The Legend of Zelda Wii U. So there you go. We'll see what happens. Because unfortunately right now, there's not a lot of Wii U game announcements. More of 3DS. Like this month is... For the 3DS is Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, so that's interesting. February is going to be Fire Emblem Fates, so we'll see what happens that one. I have no idea. I think March, I'm guessing Mega Man Legacy. You get that gold Mega Man amiibo. Maybe that's not the game. And there's still have that Metroid spin-off, and unfortunately people don't like that. Okay, who knows? So, again, we'll see, because again, there's also rumor that NX might come on 2016, but like I said in my previous video, it could be just the first component part, and then 2017 must be the second component part, because remember it's some hybrid of the both. So again, like I said, it's a Neo Geo X. So the question really is this is my personal opinion, by the way, should you invest in a Wii U? Should you get a Wii U? Because unfortunately right now, as of right now, they're not really selling it low. It's like they're all mostly $200-$300 unless the retailer gives it a sale. Yeah, like what Iwata basically said, unfortunately they can't really have an option to price cut the Wii U, because according to them, if they do price cut it more, they're gonna lose more money. So kind of unfortunate there. But should you get a Wii U? Alright, and the answer really is only get a Wii U if you want to play those Nintendo games. If you really like this Nintendo game, there you go. And you don't really mind the third parties. Like, there's going to be some third party game, but they're not a lot like PS4 or Xbox One. Then go for it. It's a good Christmas gift, birthday gift. Same goes with the 3DS. You know, I helped someone invest in a 2DS for its kids, and the kid actually was happy about it. But the 3DS is actually much more popular than the Wii U. So unless you like Mario games, The Legend of Zelda, anything that's Nintendo made games, then yeah, go invest in the Wii U as a secondary console. But I would basically, and I'm going to tell you, really, this is for me again a personal advice. Even if you're a Nintendo fan, you might just want to wait and see get a NX. If that thing is backwards compatible, good. I mean, I don't know anything about it yet. We'll see. But maybe there will be a sale or a price cut on the Wii U, an official price cut. I would say wait for that. But if you really need to get your Nintendo game, then go by all means go get it. But like I said, 2 games for $300. I don't think that's justified for it. It should already go down in price. But again, there's a lot of business problems they couldn't do. There you have it. So yeah, get it if you think there's gonna be a sale. But unless you really want the Wii U that bad, go for it. For me personally, I bought it 2 years ago, so I'm having fun. I played another game, Mario Maker, Splatoon, and Super Smash Bros. Still playing it because of the new DLC character. And believe it or not, Mario Party and Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival is sort of fun. They don't really last long, but yeah, I'll probably give my thoughts on those games. But I would also suggest stay away from any Nintendo Party board game. They're not really that fun if you're a hardcore Nintendo. Unless you like using your Amiibo, you probably just want a backup for that one. So anyway, there you go. Like I said, my thoughts about the Wii U. It is unfortunate what happened to it, all its history. I thought it had potential, but in the end of the day, yeah, it failed. I'm sorry to say, I don't know what to say. Kind of failed. And if you are thinking about getting a Wii U, you might want to wait for a price drop or a sale. Don't get it for $300, even if it offers 2 games. I don't think it's not worth it. Yep.